Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Devil's Den Hockey. So, the first round of the playoffs has officially wrapped up outside of Dallas and Vegas Game 7 tonight. You're going to have to forgive me. My voice is not what it once was. I was too busy screaming during the Leafs-Bruins game last night with my family. Had an absolutely fantastic time. What a great game for the Leafs. It's too bad they're out, but not to worry. Welcome back, guys, to Devils and Hockey, and we are back with another prediction video for the second round of the NHL 2024 playoffs. And we're doing both. We're doing East and West in one video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. It is completely free. Make sure to like the video. If you're already subscribed, hit the alarm notification. Every time I make a new video, you will get a notification saying, hey, we're back. We're back with another one. And so let's jump into this really quickly. So, 2024 NHL Playoffs Round 2. Here we go. Before I do my official prediction for round 2, I'm going to go over round 1 and my predictions from round 1 that I either got right or didn't get right. So I've made some notes here, so you're going to have to bear with me here for a moment. So in round 1, I said, I'll kind of made some notes like I always do. We're going to just kind of go through it. I said Boston Bruins over the Toronto Maple Leafs in 7 games. And I was correct. It was Boston in 7. If you knew that series was going in less than 7, you are insane and I want an apology. All right, Boston Bruins win the series in 7 games, winning it in overtime over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Boston in 7, I got the correct team as well as the correct number of games. So points for that. Next series, we had the Vancouver Canucks against the Nashville Predators. I said that Vancouver would win in 7 games. I was wrong. I got the team right, but not the number of games. Vancouver won the series in 6 games against the Nashville Predators. I was off by 1. Next up, we had Carolina versus the New York Islanders. I said Carolina Hurricanes would defeat the Islanders in 5 games, and voila, they defeat them in 5 games. We got both right there. So I think we've got what, 5 for 6 so far, team and games. Next up, we said it was Rangers versus the Washington Capitals. I said Rangers in 5. Okay, I was incorrect. Rangers won that series in 4 games. Got the team right. That was kind of obvious, I feel like. And Washington did not get a single win in that series. Rangers win in 4, sweeping the Washington Capitals. I was incorrect on the number of games. Next up, we had the Colorado Avalanche versus the Winnipeg Jets. I said Colorado, and I think I said 6 or 7 games. I was wrong. I was actually shocked that Winnipeg did not push that series further. Colorado wins the series in 5 games. Got the team right. Didn't get the number of that. I think that's probably the biggest discrepancy. I think I said in 7, or maybe I said 6. I wasn't not 100% sure. Colorado wins in 5, so Colorado moves on. Next up, we had the Florida Panthers versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. I said Florida in 7. Got the team right. Didn't get the games right. I said Florida in 7. Florida wins in 6 games. Tampa, I kind of thought they would make a little more of a push, but alas, they win in 6. Florida moves on. And finally, we have the Edmonton Oilers versus the LA Kings. I said Edmonton in 5. I was right on both. I thought that was going to be a way closer series, but yeah, I said Edmonton in 5. Edmonton does win in 5. So honestly, I thought our picks were pretty good. They were pretty accurate. I think I was off. Most of the series that I was off about was off by like 1 game. So you know what? I'll take it. In terms of Dallas and Vegas, I said Dallas in 6. We have game 7 tonight. So again, only off by 1. But I think my picks have been pretty good. I haven't lost. Every team that I picked to win has won. We'll see what Dallas and Vegas do, because I said Dallas in 6. We're on game 7. So hopefully Dallas pulls through. If you're a Vegas fan, I'm sorry. I did say Dallas in 6. But anyways, let's go to round 2, because that's kind of what the video is about. I'm sorry if I made you wait. Round 2, predictions. So, in the East, we'll go East, then we'll do West. In the Eastern Conference, we have the Florida Panthers versus the Boston Bruins. Okay, I think this series is going to be Florida in 6. Why 6? Here's why, okay? Swayman and Ullmark, the 2 goaltenders for the Boston Bruins, have been stellar for 2 years now. I thought they played really well against Toronto, despite losing in games 5 and 6. You go back and you watch performances. I think that Swayman and Ullmark have a lot left in the tank, even if their team doesn't necessarily have that much left in the tank. I think that Ullmark and Swayman have a lot to offer the Bruins still, and will continue to have the Bruins for probably a number of years to come. Not only that, I think the dynamic between Marchand and Tkachuk is going to be really interesting, and I think Boston plays with a lot of physicality. Now remember, we have to remember last year where we had Florida versus Boston in the first round, and that was what? Florida in 6, Florida in 7, right? Where Boston had a 3-1 lead, almost blew it with the Leafs, and now we have Florida v. Boston again. I'm saying Florida in 6. I don't think Boston's a better team than Florida. There's no way you can convince me otherwise. This is the worst incarnation of the Boston Bruins in years, okay? They couldn't get it done Florida. They couldn't get it done last year against Florida, despite having the best Boston Bruins team objectively in history, right? And now we have a weakened, softened up battle-scarred Bruins against a Florida team which has had time to rest, has time to wait. They're one of the best, if not the best team in the league right now. So Florida Panthers in 6 games. Next up, I don't know why I put this down. Next up, we have the New York Rangers against the Carolina Hurricanes. This series may break me. I am not kidding you, and the Devils aren't even involved. So, this is, I think, the toughest series for me to call. I'm going to be clear, we're Devils fans, right? We got the Devils gear. I'm a Devils fan. Always will love the Devils. Always have loved the Devils. I don't want to see the Rangers win. I really don't. However, I think the raw talent on the Rangers is probably better than the raw talent on the Carolina Hurricanes. However, I think the Carolina might edge the Rangers slightly because I think they're probably a better all-around team, but it's like really friggin' close. If I was a betting man, bias aside, I think the New York Rangers defeat the Carolina Hurricanes in 7 games. I don't think this series is going. This has to go to 7. I think that these two teams are so freaking close. You look at both teams from goaltending outward. You've got Frederik Andersen, who has the potential to be a Vezina-level goaltender, with Igor Shesterkin, who is a Vezina-level goaltender, to defense from Adam Fox to guys on Carolina like Brent Burns, who is like, again, a possibility to be like a Norris Trophy winner. I still think he's got a lot to prove. I think Fox is better, but like Burns is still so good, and he's so deadly at that blue line. Not only that, but you've got guys like Brady Shea, also on Carolina's back end. On forwards, Carolina has guys like Sebastian Aho, Michael Bunting, Jake Gensel now, against guys like Zibanejad and Panarin. And I think New York probably has the better team. I hate to say that, but I think it's true. And I got Rangers in 7, which should lead to a Florida-New York series, which could be very interesting. Moving on to the Western Conference. So in the West, we have Edmonton Oilers versus the Vancouver Canucks. So here's where I think things get interesting. I have Edmonton in 6 games. Why 6? So the Canucks are the best team in the West. I think if you take the Oilers away, I think that they are truly the best team in the West outside of like Edmonton and Dallas. I really do. They won their conference. They didn't win their conference. They won their division. They were the second best team in the West. Vancouver has been fantastic. We look at the first round of the playoffs. You see Demko go down, and Casey DeSmith steps up, and Casey DeSmith goes down, and now we bring in this third string goaltender, and they still get the job done against the Nashville Predators. On the other end, you have the Edmonton Oilers, who have the combined firepower of Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Evander Kane, Zach Hyman, Mr. 50-goal scorer, and has continued his red-hot season by scoring, 8-9 goals in 5 games? Dude's been on fire. I've got Edmonton in 5. If you look at what Vancouver had to play against when they went against Nashville, Nashville's a very talented team. There's no doubt about that. The question is whether or not Nashville has the same level of firepower or is the same level of threat that Edmonton does for the third string goaltender to come back and play against Edmonton. Do I think it's totally possible that Vancouver pushes this to 7? Maybe, but I think Edmonton takes this series. I really do. So I'm saying Edmonton in 6. The only thing that can make me change my mind on this prediction is whether or not Demko gets healthy enough to play. And we don't really have a whole lot of information about Demko's injury for Vancouver. I don't know if it's a day-to-day thing. We don't know if it's a week-to-week. We don't know if he's going to come back at all during the playoffs, even if Vancouver does find a way to get past Edmonton. So I think Demko's return, question mark, is going to be interesting and could contribute to a Game 7. If not, I think Edmonton takes this in 6 games. I think next year, Vancouver has a really good chance of bouncing into that Western Conference final. But as of right now, I think I've got Edmonton in 6. So, which leaves us the only series remaining. So I've made 2 different predictions here because we have Dallas versus Vegas, which is not done yet. We have it at 7:30 tonight EST, and that game could go either way. Really, like that game could go either way. It could go to Dallas or Vegas. They've both been very good. Okay, so I made 2 predictions. If Dallas wins tonight, we will get Dallas versus Colorado. If that is the case, I think it's going to be Dallas in 7. I don't think that series goes less than 6 games. There's no way. Dallas versus Colorado, I think it goes to 7. If Vegas wins tonight, I think it's going to be Vegas versus Colorado, and I say Colorado in 7. The West, that series, whether it's Dallas versus Colorado or Vegas versus Colorado, those are going to 7. They're both such good teams, right? Colorado having Rantanen and McKinnon and great defense in the shape of Cale Makar. I don't know. I think it's going to go to 7 either way, whether it's Dallas or Vegas playing Colorado. I think that Vegas has the ability to wear down Colorado by playing that really big, muscled, physical presence. Dallas, I think, probably has the better team than Colorado, so I think there's that. But again, that McKinnon, that Rantanen, that Makar have the potential to put on an amazing show and push that to 7. So, my official predictions: Florida versus Boston, Florida in 6. Rangers versus Carolina, Rangers in 7. Edmonton versus Vancouver, Edmonton in 6. Dallas versus Colorado, Dallas in 7. Vegas versus Colorado, Colorado in 7. Which should set up Florida versus Rangers and Edmonton versus either Dallas or Colorado. Which, if you're going to tell me that's not exciting, I don't know what to do with you. That is exciting. That is exciting hockey. Okay? But yeah, those are my predictions for round 2. We will see what happens in the following, I would say, week and a half. And yeah, may the best team win. And I will see you guys for the Eastern and Western Conference Finals when I do another prediction video. And yeah, may the best team win. Adios.